Pretty cool looking. Pretty good looking, huh? Like, kind of funny. I was out here thinking, because about I don't know, about 15 years ago, I had a tree service, and I was doing work for myself and shit. And I was gonna buy one of these, except for because this was my dad's, and I needed one to like do some serious work. You know what I mean? I could use this one sometimes. You know what I mean? But I don't think he would have been too happy with me just like running it into the ground. So I was looking to buy my own, and something happened. I ended up getting back into drugs, and I was a fucking alcoholic when I was a kid, and let's see. So I was an alcoholic, and at one point I sobered up, and I don't know. I was looking to buy. I had a lot of things going for me and shit. You know what I mean? Anyhow, I was gonna buy one, and I don't know. I fucking got back on the wagon, and never happened. Ended up just spending all kinds of money on and bars and strip bars, and just living life like a fucking life running with Satan. And it's funny, because it's true. God will return. I don't know. I was just thinking how God will return everything to you. God promises us if we turn from Satan, He will return everything to us that the devil has taken sevenfold. And I mean, to be honest, this backhoe right here is actually nicer than the one I was gonna buy. Instead of buying the backhoe, I ended up fucking blowing my back out and sniffing the backhoe up my nose, basically. and now I got this one right here. I stopped doing cocaine around June, and pulled this one out. This one was sitting over there rotting, and I pulled it out, and I'm cleaning it up, and I mean, looking pretty good. It's a pretty nice machine. I can't complain. I'm grateful. I'm thankful. For a free machine that God gave me. Just for I look at it as God gave it to me for turning back to Him. Basically, He gave me all this stuff for it. Basically, all of this is all this stuff is mine. Not to brag. But it's true. He God returned everything sevenfold, whatever. For a guy that was, doing drugs and drinking and partying for 40 fucking years, it was pretty impossible to ever turn around. I mean, I would have never thought it could happen. You know what I mean? In the course of 1 year, it's like, it's like a big transformation. You know what I mean? I got at one time I had at one time I was living in an apartment, just a little apartment, 1-bedroom apartment. I had a fucking old piece of shit truck, and I went to the bar every day. And there's a buddy, a friend of mine that I grew up with, a couple years younger than me. But he is now like probably a millionaire. I'm not gonna lie, he's probably a millionaire. He drives Ferraris and Porsches, and he's got money. He's got billboards. He owns a company, and he has billboards. He has billboards, and so it's like sometimes I see him at where he's at, and like me and him were like together. We like worked together. We were both like headed on the same path in life. And I went south and he went north. And man, it's like and I literally had nothing for a while. I was like, when I found God, I was up in this bedroom, up in the house, with a fucking gun in my hand, like ready to defend it. Broken back, addicted to drugs, was pretty rough, man. It was a pretty bad existence. And, now it's like, I got like, it's an old beat up truck. I got some old beat up trucks, but I don't care. I'm glad to have them. Some old beat up tractors. But hey, they match me. All beat up. They're all beat up like me. But and then the farm here. I mean, this thing, $1 million farm. All at 40 years old. Just I'm just saying this to like not even like the. Just like it's just proof that God can do anything. I mean, even like I doubt I could ever I'm down hey, if you could make me look 20 years younger, it'd be amazing. But even then, I'll tell you what, this summer I'm working with kids that were 20 years old, and I'd rather be 40-year-old me than 20-year-old them. I'm not gonna lie. When I see these kids, I'd rather be 40-year-old me than 20-year-old them. I wouldn't even think that I'm 40 years old. If I didn't look at my license and realize I'm 45 years old, I would never even, I don't feel it. I don't, I don't feel it. I never, wake up, thinking, oh, man, I'm in rough shape, or, I don't even feel good, you know what I mean? Compared to before I found God, I was up in this house, I couldn't even put my frickin' shoes on, It was that bad, But yeah, so God literally gave me this backhoe. This was on my wish list. You know what I mean? It was like one of those things where I was like, I was actually going to buy a backhoe and a truck just like that. And instead, I went drinking. I don't know. The guys I was working with at the time were like, picking on me because I never went out. And, always like, And I ended up going out to a bar, and next thing you know, I ended up going out all the time, and then got into drugs and stuff like that, and slowly became had nothing, got an old beat up Harley and a couple old Jeeps and a little fucking sports car. That was about it, and, I don't know, just still working on, I've been working hard on quitting smoking. And even that, a couple weeks ago, I couldn't breathe anymore. And it was time to quit smoking. And I've been really working on quitting smoking. And now I can, I just realized today, I'm like, man, I have no problem breathing. Yeah, it's true. God will replace. God will replace. God is going to give you. God says it in the Bible. And I didn't think it was possible. But yeah, he literally he gave me back sevenfold anything the devil was gonna ever take. He gave me back he replaced sevenfold. He made the devil pay me back sevenfold whatever he took from me. And I can honestly say it's true. I can walk around and prove it. It's pretty incredible, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Let me go to the dentist next. We'll see what he can do. Anyhow, it's true though. Life does get better if you start running with God. Life gets so much better. And deals that go on week after week.